So I'm currently the board secretary. I'm also a singing member of the chorus as well. I'm from Knoxville originally, and I moved around a lot. I went to school at Middle Tennessee State University, was able to move back, and sang with the chorus beginning in 2015, and then sang with them for a couple of years, and then sort of moved around to Kentucky and Missouri. Finally, I was able to come back home in 2021, and I was able to rejoin the chorus, which was so amazing. I definitely missed it very much. Right, well, the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus, the gay men's terminology sort of grew out of a sort of paying homage to gay choruses that grew out of the 1970s. Really started blossoming really in response to the HIV and AIDS crisis. And we were for a very long time a tenor-based chorus. So the gay men's label sort of fit where we were at the time. But in our holiday show last year, it was our last show as the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus, and we announced that beginning in the spring we would become the Appalachian Equality Chorus, and that was really, the timing was right. We had always had featured women performers with us, and that was always something very special to us, but the tides are changing and we need to grow our organization and serve more people. And so for the first time in this past spring concert, we were able to have some women on stage with us in the chorus. And that was such a magical and such a powerful moment for us. And there was a little teaser at the holiday show when we talked about the name change, and more to come on that. And so I'm very excited to announce that for the very first time this fall, starting this season, we will have a sister chorus that's going to be a soprano-alto chorus, and we'll all perform under the Appalachian Equality Chorus name, but it's just a way for us to engage more people and spread our message further, and really drive home the fact that we are the Appalachian Equality Chorus. Everyone is welcome. The response to that has been really outstanding, and I'm just so proud of the work that our artistic director, Dr. Alan Stevens, has done, our president and founder, Blue Copus, and all of the committees. They've really put in tireless effort and a lot of money into rebranding this and making it something that's just more inclusive and special for not just the Knoxville area, but in the Tri-Cities, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, where I come from. In 2021, we actually started a rehearsal group in Johnson City because so many of us were coming from the Tri-Cities to Knoxville because we wanted to be a part of this amazing organization that's done so much for so many people and so many other organizations. We have lots of philanthropic efforts that we support. Bryant's Bridge is a big one that we support. Of course, they serve a lot of homeless LGBTQ youth, which is something that we need to support and that we are supporting. And that's been absolutely phenomenal to work with them. We do monthly sing-alongs where we'll either the audience or the outreach committee will pick a musical, and everybody will come, and those events almost always sell out. And currently all of the proceeds are going to Bryant's Bridge. Yeah, it's just, it warms my heart because, you know, I was very fortunate to have parents that were affirming and accepting of me and my brother, who also identifies as gay, and but a lot of kids I grew up with did not have that and did face homelessness, so that touches a special place in my heart for sure. So in 2012, we had two individuals, Christopher Hamblin, who was our very first artistic director, and Blue Copus, who was our who was the president at the time and has come back onto the board since then, is our current president. They saw a need to engage the LGBT community in a different way. There were already organizations. Knoxville was growing and progressing, and you know, of course, Knox Pride had been around and is such a wonderful organization as well, that being in a performing group really touches people in a different way, and it gives people the opportunity to express themselves in a space that is queer affirming. And it was sort of out of that desire and that mission that the chorus formed. We performed, our very first performance was at Knox Pride that very same year in 2012, and we also performed at the Breaking the Silence rally that same year, and I think there were maybe four of us on stage. I wasn't in the chorus at that time, but again, it was just a powerful moment, and the reception was amazing. Chris stepped down as artistic director in 2013. He was moving out of the area, and our second artistic director was Freddie Grabson, and he was with us until 2015, and the chorus grew exponentially under him, and we're very grateful for the time that he spent with us. And then when he left, our former pianist, Matthew Mims, stepped in as really stepped up actually as interim artistic director until we could find someone to permanently fill that role, and that's when Dr. Alan Stevens came on as artistic director, and we were just absolutely thrilled to have him. He's the director of choral activities for East Tennessee State University School of Music, and membership and engagement has just exploded under his artistic leadership, and we're really lucky to have him as our artistic voice. And actually in 2022 we hired an assistant director, Seth Tinsley, who actually I went to high school with. So when I heard that he was coming on, I was again just as thrilled to see that. You know, Dr. Stevens had taken on extra responsibilities at the university, and so we really needed a second group to run the Knoxville rehearsal space, and then Dr. Stevens ran the Johnson City rehearsal space. And currently the two of them are vetting applicants for another assistant director to run the soprano alto chorus. So again, just huge growth and so much excitement, and the feedback from the community, both from people who want to sing in this new group and who want to support it behind the scenes, has just been humbling and just phenomenal. I would argue that they're necessary and important really in any community across the country. There's been so much, you know, we're not a political organization, we don't engage in those activities, but we see the culture that's been created by some folks in power who are creating a dynamic in which we're being oppressed, and it almost feels like a step backwards in so many ways. Bodily autonomy, transgender rights, and the attacks are coming from all sides, but especially in this corner of the world where it's such a beautiful place to live, and the people are friendly, but we stand as a voice to push back against the rhetoric and the falsehoods that are going on within our community and within this culture that we're in right now. We have kids even in high school who are joining the chorus because it's a safe place for them to turn, and we're engaging younger people at these sing-along events and putting the message out that we are here as a voice of love. Love and equality and equity is really at the heart of every single thing that we do as an organization, and really it takes more than one organization to sort of create this shift in public opinion, and there are so many incredible organizations many of whom you've interviewed, and we're just continuing essentially their mission as a partner, as a queer organization, to protect and to really instill the fact that you belong, whoever you are, however you believe, however you identify, we will affirm you. So we provide a number of outreach activities. One of those events is the sing-alongs that happen monthly, with those proceeds going to various organizations that share our same mission, currently Brian's Bridge, which I'm very proud of. We have in the past gone on regional tours across the state. I believe in 2018 we performed in Chattanooga, Nashville, and Kingsport, and along the way raised money for local queer organizations in those communities to ensure that we weren't just there to create a presence and, you know, to do PR for ourselves, but to really empower those communities as well. Really, the entire community is really our goal, not just the queer community, but our allies and people who may not know any other queer people or queer identifying people who want to be more supportive of us. We are not just an LGBT, I'll back up and say our organization is not made up just of LGBTQIA plus members. We have cisgender and straight identifying members, and those folks are so important because they're our connection to the other, to the larger community. And with every opportunity we can, we engage other nonprofit organizations to support them and support their mission. So really, our reach is very, I would say, ambitious and broad, but we've really every milestone we've reached for, we've achieved. So we have an amazing board. We are a working board. Every single member is on a committee. Some are on multiple committees, and it's a lot of hours. But it's definitely a passion project for everyone. Paid staff, we have 2 pianists who accompany our directors at each rehearsal. We have we have our artistic director, we have our assistant director, and soon we'll have a second artistic director, so that's 2, 3, 4. Artistic staff. We also have a donor manager as well, and I believe that's it. And that's in addition to the musicians who live in the area that we hire to play with us at our concerts. Oh, volunteers. So all of the board members are volunteers. No one on the board except for our artistic director is paid. And I believe 17 or so board members. That number might be is approximate, but they are all volunteers. We also have what's called fifth section members who support us behind the scenes, help us with setup and tear down of our sets. They carry our equipment for us when we perform, because we perform in both Knoxville and Johnson City, because those are our 2 rehearsal locations, and those are the 2 locations that we serve and perform in.